X like Y, success.
Yeah, I got balls, of course I read. I got balls, won't you listen to me?
Hello, 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 and welcome to The Author Has Thoughts. I am the author in question, Gary Ballard, self-published author of 13 novels, as well as a short story collection. Today, I'm here giving you my various and sundry thoughts on the real danger of generative AI, which is also known as large language models. You know them as things like ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, Gemini, blah, blah, blah. I've spoken before about my problems with Gen AI and its ilk in the video on episode 8 of my series about the novel Hiss, Whistle, Dead. To summarize, although you should definitely go and watch that video, one of the problems of this generative AI is that it isn't really AI. It isn't really artificial intelligence. It doesn't know anything. It has no context for anything. It doesn't remember things. The only knowledge base it has to go on is the training data that it's stolen, yes, stolen, by scraping the entire internet, vacuumed off of YouTube and Reddit and Google and wherever else with or without the creator's permission, or in the rare case, data that it has licensed or bought. To be very reductive, these Gen AI products work on a probabilistic mathematical formula that I have no hope of understanding to guess what sequence it should return data based on the prompt that you give it. So if the chance is greater that you will follow the word pound with the word sand, that's what it will return, even if it has no idea why sand is there or what that expression even means. It's why AI-generated video looks so goddamn weird. Every frame is an entirely new creation, frame to frame. It can't remember what color the character's jacket is from frame to frame. Hell, it can't even remember that there is a character at all, at least not in the context of keeping that character consistent throughout the clip. That's why it has such trouble with things like hands, and it's why those videos are so disturbingly uncanny valley with people melting faces and changing from literal frame to frame. The tech, from a tech standpoint, is fine. I think it's rather limited, and its uses are better suited to being part of something larger. I'll give you an example. I'm pretty sure that the content-aware features of Photoshop use an early version of the same kind of probabilistic math. It will read the pixels around the area you've selected to do the fill or the scale, and then it fills in with pixels that are likely to go there based on the context of what's around it as well as what it has been trained on. Photoshop now has a similar feature called Generative Fill, which is definitely the same kind of thing. It's definitely putting out there more to the front that it is generative AI. Adobe's Lightroom has a beta focus feature that lets you add an effect that does a fairly damn good job of simulating different styles of lenses and the different depth of field that those lenses have, and it's probably based on similar tech. These are great use cases for features of specific products. These are the things that make me as a designer or photographer much more effective or creative. They're tools that I can use. The problem with what we have right now with this Gen AI hype bubble is that it's being run by grifters and MBA. They hoover up all the investment money that they can, sell half-baked beta products. People have no idea what to use it for, but they're damn sure that it's the future, and they don't want to be left behind. That fear of missing out thing is, of course, driven by the same desire to keep investors' confidence in your product high, because the actual product or how much profit the product makes is mostly irrelevant to investors, and thus irrelevant to the share price. Those people the people gleefully buying the AI product and force fucking it into every current workflow or product that they have so that it can be listed as a feature or selling point, they are the real problem. The grifters, they're just going to move on to a new grift. And the investors are easily fooled by such grifters. As a matter of fact, they seek them out. A lot of times those grifters are the only ones who can give them this super accelerated hyper growth share price manipulation that will make an investor a large return over a short scale of time, but over the long term doesn't amount to a hill of beans as a usable company or product. If the grifters aren't the problem and the investors aren't the problem, although they both are separate problems, the people who are going to do the real damage with Gen AI are the ones who are going to want to use it to save money, big air quotes. And bear in mind that the phrase save money or cut cost almost always means somebody, usually multiple somebodies, are going to lose their fucking jobs. These guys, the ones with management brain, who only see numbers on the spreadsheet and not employees or products or profit or people, they want to replace the people who create the product they are selling. These people do not fundamentally respect or understand the basics of production. A movie studio head who wants to replace his writer's room with ChatGPT, that motherfucker does not care about what's in a screenplay. He does not respect the art of set design or the impact of good cinematography or color grading or lighting or even acting or script writing or narrative or content. All he wants is X like Y success. As long as whatever script is getting filmed can fill 95 to 125 minute runtime, it's fine. As long as an actor has headlined a major motion picture before, one pretty face is just as good as another. It's very much a formula approach. This component, this component, this component, this component, all of which we've seen before, mixed together in different degrees makes success, which, as we've seen with movies throughout their history, isn't the case. Those things, those kind of formulaic things can succeed, but only for a certain amount of time. And then you got to switch it out, because at some point, if the people watching your movie or reading your book or whatever knows what's going to happen before it happens, they get bored and they don't go back. If you do not care about the manner in which your product is actually built, is actually created, you absolutely cannot care about the people producing it. If your entire concern is about the cost of the product, regardless of the quality of the product, then you will love the concept of a machine that creates that product for you based on your XYZ input, because it can do it faster than your previous system, and it doesn't bitch about healthcare or need time off for its kid's recital. So long as the people being sold on generative AI are these management brain fucks whose only concern is the cost of production, generative AI will always be something I will oppose and criticize. Not because the tech is garbage, though I think it's mostly a dead end, in my opinion, for real artificial general intelligence, but because the people using it are soulless garbage people who only want to recreate the money-making garbage of the past over and over again. They will drown you in slop because they can, and as long as you keep paying for it, they'll keep giving it to you until there's nothing left but generative AI slop. This also goes for the internet, which is being filled up with AI-generated slop at a pace that no one can compete with because there are no guardrails on it. The only difference between the script writing and the internet right now is that the script writers have a union that negotiated a contract around AI. Thank you for watching. I hope this has enlightened you or made you think or pissed you off or whatever. Make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, wherever those happen to be, and drop me a comment. Tell me what you think about generative AI and you know, how wrong I am or how right I am, because we know I am. My name is Gary Ballard, and these have been my thoughts.
1, 2, 3, 4.